Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just thought I would take a quick moment to discuss some of the more recent Ripple news we've been seeing circulating around. And of course, one of the things I thought was really interesting was this interview that just recently was released. It was done on a former Swift employee who is now a current Ripple employee who goes by the name of Margin Delatine. And I hope I'm not butchering her name, but nonetheless, this interview was very interesting here. She does talk in-depthly about her knowledge about Swift and of course her knowledge about what Ripple can do to enhance what Swift is lacking right now. I'm going to use her words because she does a really good job of explaining this. Before we go into it, it is actually emphasized what Swift it stands for. It is an acronym for Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. And it's key to have that understood there. Now, she goes as far as to state that it's based in Belgium. It was founded back in 1973. This is the system that banks use all over the world to settle transactions across borders. This is a system that was created before the internet when telegraphs and telex were the fastest means to communicate. That means, unlike Ripple, it's slow, expensive, and prone to error. Also, Swift doesn't really allow for its members to exchange money, just information. Imagine Bank A saying to Bank B in some other country, if you pay X dollars to this client you have in your country, you'll get them back from me at the end of the week or month or whatever the business cycle is. As the system name states, it's a telecommunications system, nothing more. And in the age in which telecommunication is all about mobile phones, Skype, WhatsApp, emails, and the internet, Swift's telecommunication system is painfully primitive. The article then goes to state that Ripple is a different animal according to Ms. Delatine. Banks using Ripple's technology are not just exchanging slow messages that promise us to settle payments in the future. Utilizing the blockchain technology and Ripple's XRP digital asset, the platform allows for banks to have transactions settled in full in a matter of minutes. So Ripple is not the new email for banks. They don't exchange just information about promises to pay and exchange money. They actually can exchange money in minutes using Ripple's application and tokens. In the former Swift and current Ripple employee view, the markets will end up choosing the better option on their own, but there is enough space for both systems to coexist together as they provide the same customers with services that are fundamentally different. In the end, the banks and the financial institutions will come to see which option improves their end users' experience the most. Ripple has the potential to correct many inefficiencies in the international transfer and remittance markets, and it's doing it. Slowly but surely. Will it take over Swift? Maybe it doesn't need to. Perhaps both systems can work in tandem as suggested by Ms. Delatine in such a way as to improve users' experience by combining the best of both worlds. So we have heard speculation that we could potentially see something happen where Swift might use something that is offered by Ripple in the back end to help make it faster. But again, we just heard from this particular former employee that Swift is really just a telecommunications process, and of course it could potentially work hand in hand or in tandem with Ripple in some form or fashion here. We are yet to see that, and I'm hopeful that at the Sibos event that's taking place around the end of this month here, we'll get more information as to how Swift could potentially use the benefits of what Ripple has to offer there. So again, an interesting interview there. Nothing that necessarily says, hey, Swift is absolutely using Ripple, but it is interesting that it's been something else has been circulating in the news about Swift is that at some point in time, very recently, Swift had on their website that their transaction process times is around 30 minutes or so, and of course it's recently shifted down to I think a fraction of a couple minutes there, but they definitely have updated their site to incorporate that it is now faster to transfer their information back and forth. So who knows, maybe they are already implementing something with Ripple right now that we just simply don't have the full knowledge of. But again, we should be actually getting that kind of information, I would hope, as an announcement at the Swift Sibos event that's again taking place at the end of October. So very, very soon, guys. Something else I thought was interesting here was this article talking about Tron CEO and former Ripple Labs chief weighs in on XRP price surge. Now, interesting enough, I didn't know this, and of course I believe just simply because how quiet Justin Sun, who is the CEO of Tron, he's kept it quiet there regarding his workings and his time that he dealt with Ripple Labs, which is around 2014 to 2016. Anyways, he goes to state in this article here There was an interview done with him. XRP is a cryptocurrency tailored to provide banks, payments providers, and a reliable solution for cross-border payments. I was Ripple Labs' chief representative between 2014 and 16, and I saw firsthand the massive demand for blockchain-based cross-border payment solutions. The article states that Sun also explained the effort of Ripple in promoting their cross-border payment platform within the banking industry, which has culminated in the most recent high partnership with PNC, a top 10 U.S. bank with over 2,000 branches across the country. So that is something that we've already heard about. I've talked about it as well in a previous video, as far as Ripple, kind of working hand in hand, or at least finding some way to partner with PNC Bank. Then, of course, Justin Sun goes to state this. He says, during my tenure, I worked on a partnership with WeBank, China's first online work bank, and Shanghai Huarui Bank. Fast forward to today, and Ripple is now supported by over 100 financial institutions around the world, including PNC. And then the article states that according to Sun, the primary driver of adoption for XRP and Ripple is the renewed banking interest in blockchain as a solution for both security and cross-effective payments, a sector that Ripple has managed to all but corner in terms of providing the most functional technology for cross-border transaction. While the PNC partnership failed to include actual adoption and the use of the XRP currency, the valuation of the number 3 coin by total market capitalization has increased since the announcement, providing a bullish investment atmosphere that managed to break the coin's downward trend in pricing. Sun also took the opportunity, obviously, to talk about his Tron coin and his company there. So we'll give a shout out to him for obviously, being somebody who is outspoken about his tenure and his work experience with being in Ripple Labs. And I think that that's important because obviously he saw the importance of what Ripple was trying to do with Ripple Labs, and of course incorporating XRapid into possibly the back end of banks, so it makes their transfers cross-border style faster. So again, apologize for harping on this kind of information, but we have other people that are coming out talking about the importance of Ripple itself. And again, this is Tron's CEO talking about this. He did work for Ripple, but he's also talking about the benefits of what he saw with Ripple, the company. So we absolutely know that Ripple is definitely trying to target a very specific audience there, which are the banks. And that might not settle very well with a lot of people out there who would like to get into XRP. But I will say this, in a world where we are still dealing with banks that are holding some of the largest money capital on the planet, what better place to go with your product than the banks that have that kind of money? And for all of us who are XRP holders, this could absolutely be very good news, absolutely potentially amazing news for the price of XRP. I've seen a lot more people still talking about that XRP could go to 10 cents, even 0. Who knows? It could. It very well could. But I would imagine in the very near future, going into 2019 and 2020, we could potentially see a price surge for XRP just because of the fact that Brad Garlinghouse is trying to attempt to gain partnerships with dozens of types of banks out there for at least 2019. We still have years to go with this technology, so we could potentially see something happening in the works that could change the dynamics of Ripple, the company, and of course XRP, the coin itself. So let's just stay positive with this, guys. Again, we're seeing some really good information here. Hopefully, again, the Swift Sibos event will actually shed some light on what we could potentially see between, again, the partnership, or the tandem partnership, I should say, between Swift and Ripple. But I don't want to make speculation any more than what has already been made as far as all this information being put together. I will just leave it at that. We'll pace it as it goes, and hopefully as time gets closer to this particular event, we'll start hearing a little bit more news, maybe even some more announcements just as well. Things to keep in mind while we're talking about this. Things are going to be happening very soon, guys. November is a key month to keep in mind because the exchange Backed will be coming out in November. Also, the competitor to Backed, which is an exchange coming out from the European Union, theirs is also coming out in November. So we'll have two major platforms that at least some large capital could potentially get into, that could shift the entire price point for all cryptocurrencies in general, not just XRP. So let's definitely stay patient. I did a video last night about that. Not Not a lot of people were too happy about it, but it was just to emphasize the idea that if we maintain patience, we could potentially benefit from that for sure. So I apologize for harping on all that information there, but I'm just trying to iterate and reiterate the importance of what we're all doing while we're getting invested in this, or at least looking to get invested in this. Now, mind you, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but I'm just letting you know we are still in baby stage mode right now with cryptocurrencies. And if we see something happen between Swift and Ripple, for example, and you're an XRP holder, you could absolutely potentially benefit from that for sure. So one of the other things I wanted to quickly talk about here, and I just thought this was really interesting here. I'm just going to leave it out for you guys to take advantage of if you want to. I've mentioned this in a previous video. Uphold is more or less a wallet that allows for you to get into certain cryptocurrencies from your fiat. You can actually, just like other wallets out there, you can hook up your bank account information on there, transfer money from your bank account into this Uphold wallet, and then of course you could take that and go ahead and swap it over for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course now you can actually do XRP as well. And that's something that I've been using as far as a wallet to get from USD to Ripple. So again, if you're looking to do that, go from USD to Ripple, Uphold is a great wallet for you to do that. Something else that they're doing here is allowing people to earn interest on the digital assets that they're holding in the wallet here. So more or less, you can earn money from the amount of money you have in there as far as digital assets. You can also go in and do loans if you want to. Uphold will actually allow for loans for certain cryptocurrencies as well. So if I were you guys, I would take advantage of this. If you sign up before October 31st, getting into Uphold and signing up with this, you not only are allowed to have the 1% off interest rate on any loans, but you also are granted the ability to have the 1% higher yield on your digital deposits, like more or less gaining that percentage just simply leaving your money in their wallet. So a good advantage on both sides there. If you're someone who needs the amount of money to get into some of this digital cryptocurrencies, they offer that. If you want to gain money just having your digital assets sit there, they offer that. But again, you have to sign up before October 31st. Also as well, if you sign up, you also have the ability to win what they say is $500,000 of universal dollars, which is their own particular stable coin. So look into this, guys, and hopefully we can all start getting into this particular coin through the use case of Uphold the wallet here and allow for some sort of interest on what we're currently having sit in our wallet. That would be amazing. At least that's something I would like to do, try to gain some sort of interest on what I'm holding there, because I plan on holding a little bit long term with my XRP coins. So again, go to this the link in the description here and get in there, sign up, and hopefully we'll all be on this with the Uphold wallet and start earning some percentages there with our holdings. Outside of that, thank you for watching. And hey, if you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. It definitely helps get this information out there to as many people as we possibly can. And also share this content out with everybody. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. This channel has been growing by leaps and bounds, and I could not have done it without you guys. If you really want to help this channel grow, please donate to my Patreon page. Even $1 a month would be amazing and would absolutely go right into my channel to make it more professional for you guys and allow me to create even more content. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.